Today, let's talk about purpose and why not everyone lives in a purpose-driven way. Imagine a world where everyone lives in a purpose-driven way. It would be amazing. But the reality is, not everyone gets to live in alignment with what they really love to do, what they're really good at, what they are passionate about. There are three distinct groups of people when it comes to purposeful living and how they handle their awareness of this purpose in their lives. The first group are those who are aware about their special gifts and are living them out. They're sharing their passions, maybe even making a living out of it. Most of the people who fall under this category are those who have had life-changing experiences, some of them really humbling, like those who experienced major illnesses like cancer or mental health issues like depression or anxiety, maybe even post-traumatic stress, or those who suffered losses like financial losses, relationship losses, or deaths. I belong to this group. It took me more than 3 decades of unforgiving anger, years of unacknowledged depression and anxiety to figure out what I'm really here for and start living in alignment with my purpose. So that's the first group, aware and living it. People who are aware of their calling, either from an early age or later in life, and who are living in alignment with their purpose, who are manifesting that special gift and sharing it with the world. The second group of people are those who are not aware they have a purpose and therefore are not living it out. And living this way, they're just fine with it. They're okay with it because they accept their current realities. They've accepted the conditioning that their families, their schools, or their workplaces, and the communities and society they belong to have given them. They've been told to fit a certain mold, live life a certain way, and they've done just that. And they find no reason to break out of the mold. Right here is comfortable. Maybe you know some people like this, people who you feel have special gifts, something they're really good at, like music or painting, creating systems, people who are good with numbers or design, but who aren't really manifesting these gifts or calling and sharing them. They're okay for things to be this way though. They're okay with where they're at. They're content belonging to the mold, and they're not interested to find out more. They're not even looking. The mold is just fine, so let's leave them in peace. You cannot force someone to look for something they're not looking for. So that's our second group, not aware and not living it. Now the third group is my favorite. This is a special group, not only because this is the group that I like helping out with the work that I do, but because this is the group with the biggest potential for life transformation. I used to belong to this group, so I have a soft spot for people in this group. I've walked in those same shoes. These are the people who have an awareness that they're meant to do something else. They're aware. They have a special calling. They're aware about a particular strength that they have, or a skill, a talent, or a passion. They see the signs. They have questions. Now, some of them are aware a little, and others are aware a lot, to the point of pain, to the point of discontent, even experiencing depression or anxiety, the feeling of being lost. The unfortunate thing about this group is they're not doing anything about this awareness. Or maybe it's very unclear to them and they haven't really done anything to seek clarity. They're not doing anything about the discontent, the questions that come up at random times. They're not doing anything about the emptiness that they feel. It's because they either are 1, pain avoiders, or 2, pleasure seekers. Going into the unknown, like exploring what your life purpose really is, requires some hardcore internal work, and it's not comfortable. And the other group, the pleasure seekers, well, their current situation is comfy. They're used to it. It's pleasurable because it's predictable. It's what they're used to. So they'd rather just stay here. It's basically the same logic, but pain avoidance and pleasure seeking are 2 distinct drivers that affect human behavior when responding to life circumstances. So now take a moment to reflect. Which group do you belong to? Are you someone who's aware about your purpose and are living in alignment with it? Are you following your passions and living your dream life? Or are you pleasantly unaware and not living in alignment with it? Are you someone who's not looking? Or are you aware but not yet living it? Do you need more clarity? If you belong to group 3, That's great. You have awareness, and that's the first step. You're my kind of person, and it's people like you I like helping out the most. There's so much untapped potential inside of you, and you're capable of doing many things that can change your life and others' lives too. You may need to hear this. The world needs your gifts. I hope you find it in you to take the first step and dare to live in alignment with what's inside. I'm cheering you on. Love and light to you.